Hello, one and all. For a change, instead of talking about a particular political or religious point that's making little sense, I'd like to address your frame of mind and make an appeal to the idea of exercising what you believe and not allowing the feelings of other people to get in the way of what you think is right. I'm certainly not saying offend people, but sometimes keeping your mouth shut will result in more harm to those that follow you that will have to be full-time victims of the rubbish in which you're only getting a taste of today. When someone tells you they have all the answers to a topic as complicated as creation or the universe or any explanation of all the things that we have no real idea of, cannot be taken seriously from the beginning. When I say you know you're right, I'm not saying you know God doesn't exist. I'm not saying you know how the universe works. But you know that that person is basing everything. They are dictating to you what is true on something they do not know. So you are fully in your right to bring that up. You are not being biased, as long as you admit you cannot prove what's actually going on. But we can prove a lot of what they say is going on isn't actually the case, which discredits them further. Conversation, theories, and small doses of evidence are really important to be highlighted 24/7 and listen to what people have to say. But you do not have to listen to anyone who tells you that they know and they have these answers. This is a clear representation of their bias from the beginning and an unwillingness to accept any contrary idea or proof or theory to their own. They have no interest in what the truth is, only pleasing that inner warmth that they get from it. You do not have to pander to that. They are explaining a chemical reaction that we all get when we do hobbies or we do things that we love. But theirs comes from prayer and God. We all get it from many fields. The creations of beauty and religion have been short and sweet. You can say we have stunning architecture and stunning paintings, and maybe some tacky gold chalices, maybe some statues, but it doesn't get much more creative than that. And yes, I credit those that created it, but to say it was because they was religious is rubbish. They was good at what they did, and at the time everyone was religious. The butcher, the blacksmith, and the painter. And if you wanted to make a big message, you covered the big story. So whenever anyone says to you, such and such did this, they believed in God, remind them that everyone did, in a time before science and an age of reasonable explanation. Take from my appeal that you're more important than this, and you have important things to say and important theories to put forward. You need to stop letting the church or Eastern religions dominate conversation and ideas. Do not pass your life having not said all the things you could have. Do not ever submit to the rules created by those that claim we all have free will. Don't allow the government's rules or invisible rules to limit your conversation and input. The more we converse, the more we think of, the more we muster, the more we create. The more dumbed down and quiet we keep about things, that's exactly how we become and how the bigger issues lie. Until bombs start going off on trains and the mistake has gone too far, in the mainstream, your thoughts and the feeling of overtly liberal or religious hypocrites. Try and come away from your radio or whatever you may do in the day and think about things. And the more you think, the more theories and ideas that you'll come up with. And it's only right that you should say it all before your time is up. And at the end, what will the feelings of all those people that you wanted to not offend really mean? When you conclude that if they wasn't bias, there would be no need for offence. Just open conversation. This is Mr. Heretic appealing to your morality and better judgment at Revelation be damned. And as always, most importantly, think for yourself.